in your dictionary, is love a noun or a verb? And now, without keeping everyone waiting any longer, we will move on to a noun or a verb.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TEDx Ulis 2025 today. It is an honor of me to be the first presenter this afternoon. So hope you guys will have a great time and enjoy our talk. So to begin with, love. What first comes to your mind when this word comes up? Is it a verb or a noun? Is it something we say or something we do? Well, before telling you my own definition of love in my own dictionary, I want to take you back to tell you a story about myself. A year ago, on my entrance exam day, on that morning, I was so worried and anxious because it's the most important day of 12 years of schooling. And the air and the home feel heavy. And my heart is bumping just like right now. And my chest is pumping and my hands are shaking. And my mind is full of dates, full of formulas, equations, and all kind of historical events that I need to get it all in my mind before the exam started. And at that moment, I really hope that there will be some voice, some encouragement from my parents that clear out all the loud and chaotic mind inside me. But as soon as I stopped mumbling all the equations, I noticed that there was only silence, complete silence in my house. My parents didn't say a single word to encourage me. And at that time, I feel like I'm the most miserable student in the world because my parents didn't support me. And after thinking back, I think that actually I have been living in this silence for so long, since my teenage years. Because you know that during adolescence, we have so many questions about our life, about how others perceive us. How do we feel about others? Do we like them? Do we hate them? Do they love me or do they hate me? There are so many questions about myself that it was just all in my head. And at that time, I feel like I'm the loneliest person. And I was so unloved by my parents because they couldn't give me any guidance through verbal words. And at that time, I was so miserable that I started seeking ChatGPT for help. And I was looking for someone to confide in, someone to accompany me, someone to be friend with me, because my parents couldn't. And I feel like I'm the most miserable one till one day ChatGPT asked me a simple question. What if my dictionary is completely different from the definition of my parents? At that time I really think like, wait a minute. Yes, I have always been known for words when my parents saw love as a verb. So at that moment, I really think that everything makes sense. And since that moment, when I was mature enough to see that my parents have different definitions of love than me, I began to notice so many interesting things. Okay, so what can we see here? A cup of milk? Yeah. A bowl of sliced apple? Probably. And yes, finally, my favorite, a bowl of bún thang. To you, what can these things mean? It's just simple, a drink, some fruit, and of course a dish. But to me, I think that this is an apology, a love confession, and even some encouragement. And why is that? Because I accidentally encountered this article of a Chinese writer when he's pointing out how Asian parents parents tend to treat the kids. They tend to show their love through actions. Okay, so a plain cut fruit is a sign of something Asian parents have perfected. The art of saying sorry without any words ever coming out of their mouths. So for a long time, I have been so get used to this norm that I think that all the things that I haven't realized. It's just a story of how actions speak louder than words. But is that true? It's only half of the truth. Because actually, the past pain of me was real. Because I struggled a lot when I was trying to figure out if my parents loved me or not. There was some days when I was desperate, so desperate that I started seeking for some emotional support. I pick up a flower and start wondering. Today, my dad wrote me to school. Does not mean he loves me. Okay, he loves me. But wait, is that true? Is it just because he's going to work in the same direction? What if like that? He loves me now. But today my mom bought me a new iPad. It's all new, expensive, and so big. It must mean that she's in love with me right now. But wait, is it just because my current iPad is way too small and she cannot watch any films review on it? She needs a bigger screen. Oh, that's mean there's no hope when I was unloved by my parents. That's all curiosity. It can all be resolved with a touch of verbal expression. That's where we need love as a noun. Because you know that actions, as by their nature, are ambiguous and are open for interpretation. So with verbal expression, we can get love out of the maybe. That's where we can love our significant other to the fullest. That's where they receive all of our heart without questioning themselves. Do they really love me? So we can say thousands, let's say, or maybe billions, or maybe trillions of daisies when we try to confess how we feel about. So why is it important though? We can live just with that, action, but just imagine, basically. Okay, just imagine. If you're a kid at only 1 or 2 years old, how can you see a bowl of fruit as I love you? How can you see a cup of milk as something like I have missed you all day? How can? It's when verbal expression can help us do the thing, can help the kids show, they realize that the action itself is intentional. And it's not just a duty that parents try to fill in their responsibility. So since a kid, we need to show them the full spectrum. That's what I realized after all cups of milk I have drank and also all from the daisies that I have picked the petal. So I noticed that love is not just a choice of whether it's a noun or a verb. It's a combination of both. And love is not just a single light that is white, all pure, and because when love passes through the prism, what is the prism? Prism itself is our messy reality of how people communicate with others, how people tend to express themselves, and also due to emotional history of themselves. Then love can be interpreted in many colors. On the one hand, we got love as a noun, where loving words are expressed. And even though love as a noun can be clear, it could be empty. Why? Because it lacks the action. On the other hand, love with actions actually is powerful, yet it can be ambiguous. So what do we want for our beloved ones? Do we want them to guess, Or maybe do we want them to really just listen to all of cliche words without doing anything? That's when we need to love in the full spectrum. So, all in all, love is not just a white lie. It just is a combination of words and actions. Because actually, you can search on Oxford, Cambridge, Longman. It's all define love in both ways. It's a noun and also a verb. So, what can we do for the person fall in love with the action? I dare you to be brave. Because when you are in love with someone enough, you don't want them to guess your feelings toward them. So try to make some verbal expression. It doesn't need to be I love you. It just could be just a single note on the fridge to tell you, to remind the kid that try to eat full all day to prepare for the next school or next class, or maybe just a single encouragement, like in my case, like just a single good luck, or maybe try your best when someone is going through something hard. I think that could be a big encouragement for them. And what about the person who's in love with the words? Actually, you need to look deeper into the actions that others do for you. So just pay attention to the long drive, to the meals that your mom cooked, because it's the way of showing love as well. To love someone deeply, wholeheartedly, is when we love someone in the full spectrum, with both actions and words. Okay, so here's the review. Actually, we have learned we learned a new word about love today too, right? It's about a noun and a verb. Okay, now it's a review question. So what if we want to show your gratitude to someone because something nice they do? What should we do? Remember, love is a noun and a verb. So firstly, you need to wrap bouquet of flowers. This is present for love as a verb. And we walk one step closer to someone we want to try to pay our gratitude and give them the flower with all of the gratitude and loving. And, okay. And, is that enough? Is that enough? No, today we learned love is also a noun. Yes,